The Alien series is making its way back to theaters this weekend. Should you go see Alien Romulus? Let's talk about it. Welcome back, Kernels. I hope you're all having a great day today. I just got home from seeing Alien Romulus. So the first thing I do want to say before I kind of dive into this video is two things. One, if you haven't seen the movie, stop now, save the video, and then come back later because there are some serious spoilers about to be talked about. And secondly, if you guys are waiting for my kind of Alien ranking and seeing where this fits in those movies, I'm going to be re-watching all of the Alien movies now that I've seen Alien Romulus to kind of compare and where I think it kind of fits into the franchise. So stay tuned for that kind of coming soon. And real quick before we dive in, if you are new here, consider subscribing so you don't miss any other rankings, reviews, reactions, anything like that. And let's dive into Alien Romulus. So this movie follows a group of friends who are kind of stuck on a planet where they have like kind of like mining. It's like never ending work, pretty much almost like a slave labor kind of thing, right? The one girl, she finally finds out, oh wow, you know, I'm gonna be released from my contract. She goes to the place and finds out she has been denied and they want her to work another 5 to 6 years. Pretty much a company that just does not care about any kind of human decency at all. This is when they find out that a ship, or what they think is a ship, is floating around in their orbit above the planet, and no one has found it yet. And their plan is to go to this and go into these cryogenic pods so that they can survive a trip to a different planet and get off of this planet. This goes horribly wrong, however, when they discover that it's not just a ship, it is an entire base of operations filled with aliens. And that is how the movie kind of sets itself up and then just kind of takes things from there. And let's just say things don't end up the best. One of the first things I want to talk about is actually at the very end of the movie, and it happens when Isabella Merced's character, I forget her name in the actual movie, but she plays the sister to the one guy, and she is pregnant. Now, she gets hurt by the alien, but she's not dying. Well, in order to make sure that she gets back to the pod, she's told at first, or when she's kind of like not like breathing or whatever, they almost inject her with the Prometheus like serum kind of thing that makes the aliens kind of in the first place. Well, when they inject her, they make this like human alien hybrid. Genuinely one of the most terrifying things in the movie. You know, I love the aliens and they are scary for what they are. They're like a fun scary. This thing, genuinely, I was like, no, get that away from me. That's weird. It was really weird looking, and it was like really tall. It was really weird looking. Probably my favorite thing about the movie is that they just use a combination of really good set design, really good sound effects, and like score, but also know when to not use it. Like the very opening shot of the movie is like nothing for like at least 10 seconds. And it's just zooming in, and because there's no sound in space. It truly is just awesome. The cast that we get in this movie is also really fun. They all kind of have little different weird quirks. The one guy is the boyfriend to the main girl in this movie. I believe her name's Rain, and she's the one that does end up surviving everything at the end. You have a girl who gets kind of like has this like x-ray thing, and it has one of the aliens coming from her. You have the one girl who's pregnant, which I kind of already talked about. You have the boyfriend, you have the one friend to the boyfriend, and you have the like android kind of guy. They all kind of play a part in the movie because they're all fun to kind of have, and they all have like different characteristics. They play like very like good with the layout and like the pacing of the movie, I would say. Another thing that I really liked about this movie is that I really don't like when sci-fi movies, you know, they have really cool like thriller moments and it's the monster and it's really great, and then you get back to the story, which is like 70% of the movie, and the story sucks and the story doesn't make any sense and it's not engaging. This story was engaging from start to finish. it makes sense. There's real stakes because they really don't want to go back to a life of slave labor on the planet that they were on, but it's like at the same time you don't want to die to an alien that way. Like it's either long-term death or right, you know what I mean? So I think that they just set that up in like almost like a catty corner kind of thing of like there really is no good outcome. But even though they are trying to escape in some capacity, I don't know, I just thought that was a really cool element. One thing that they do really well here is they add like the addition of like an android guy, and at first he's just like our main character's like brother, friend, and he's like programmed to make sure that he's making the best choices for her. Well, like a quarter, I'd say probably like a third into the movie, they get into this room where the alien, the little, I forget what they're called, but they're the mini aliens, and they like attack your face and stuff. Well, at that point, they program him with a different chip so that he can unlock the door. And from that point on, he's no longer serving her, he's serving what he says is the best of, or what's best for the company. And this causes him to like make decisions that are almost non-human. Example, the girl that's pregnant, when she first finds them, the alien is behind her, but like a decent ways back, but he could but she is asking them to basically open the door, and he won't do it because he knows that that alien will kill them if they do. And I thought that was a really good moment, and just like, wow, like what a difference of like internal conflict. Really good stuff. And it made the movie less predictable as well, because you know all the human characters are just going to do what they need to care about one another. But adding like an android in the mix that does not care about that kind of stuff was really cool. There was also a really cool scene that they did with like acid, with the alien acid blood kind of thing. They turned like the anti-grav, and she was shooting them with this gun, and then like she had to like maneuver herself so she didn't get burned by the acid. I thought that was really cool. But overall, I was just so satisfied, not only with the way that this movie was shot, but just how it presents itself as a sci-fi movie. I think that I had heard that some people you can definitely watch this movie having not seen any of the Alien movies and still have a really solid time. Because it just works so well as a standalone film. So let me know what you guys thought about the movie. You know, if you have seen it again, if you haven't, please, you know, go check it out for yourselves. Don't listen to my opinion, but I will be posting kind of, if you want to check out like my star ranking or just a little bit of other thoughts, check out my letterbox below, and I will be putting out a full ranking of where this falls in the Alien franchise. But it definitely will be ranking high because I was a very big fan of this movie. And I strongly urge everyone to go see it in theaters this weekend, on the biggest screen possible if you can. So thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next Alien video. Until then, guys, peace.